Hey guys, it's Audrey and Vera here. We are talking today the mighty how to organize your to-do list. I feel like it's one of those things that everybody needs to know. There's going to be an answer because everyone's to-do list. If you ask someone what their to-do list is, they always say it's like a mile long. Everybody's so busy. Everybody has so many things to do. So we wanted to talk today on how to organize your life, how to organize your to-do list, because it's something that Vera and I, in our business worlds, we have 8 kids between the two of us. And in our, our real lives as well, like we need to make sure that we constantly have a very organized, succinct list. So I'm going to kick it off real quickly with a simple one, which is really the first tip that you should do whenever you're organizing anything, business or your personal life. Just do a massive brain dump. Every single morning you wake up, you sit down, and off the top of your head, write down everything that it is that you need to do. I am a big audio lover. I love to talk to my phone. And so throughout the day, for the next day, I will, in my notes section on my phone, be like actually talking in things that I need to do. Call an eye doctor, call the pediatrician, make sure I'm emailing so-and-so something. Just like kind of like a stream of consciousness. And then the next day, I will quite literally just get everything down on one gigantic list. Truly a brain dump from all my regular life things to my business things. So that's the first thing you need to do to get yourself organized. You got to see what it is that you have to do.
Yeah, and I think the other important factor that you need to keep in mind is you have to stick with a system that works.
Yes.
I think you do yourself a disservice if you are jumping from an actual planner to Google Calendar to Asana to Post-it notes. I mean, if you are using multiple systems at once, odds are something is going to get lost. So find something that really works for you and commit to it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still use Post-it notes as a reminder every now and then. I mean, everybody still needs the written word. But when push comes to shove, I pretty much use one system. I go to it over and over again. And that's how I make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. No stone has been left unturned because I always turn to one place to write myself notes and to update what it is that I need to do for the next day.
Absolutely. So the next step is time block things out. I mean, that is something that I feel like is so important for people to realize when you're organizing your to-do list is you have the time block. Now, Vera and I, we work differently. Yes. In our business life, I like to time block out where I actually give myself, I almost kind of think of it like it's school. From 8 to 9, I do one task. From 9 to 10, I do another. And I kind of go in that particular order. Vera likes to time block out where on Tuesdays, maybe Vera will shoot all of her videos for the week. On Wednesdays, she will take photographs for her blog or make recipes. So each day, she kind of blocks it out under a different topic or category or true type of task she knows she needs to get done.
Yeah.
So whatever way you're going to block your days out or time block things out, you have to figure out what's best for you. But our advice is when you're organizing and finding the best way to organize a to-do list is find a way that's going to serve you the best and really make sure that you are as organized as can be in terms of going after each specific task. It's really important to make sure you do that.
So we have a few more left, and this one is pretty simple, but it's very important. You have to keep your to-do list near you. If you don't have your to-do list near you, how on earth are you going to know what you have left to do? So it's really important to always have it next to you so you can cross off what you have done. You could see what's left. You could make changes as needed, and literally, I don't go anywhere without my to-do list.
You always have it. I know you always have it.
You do.
I
really do.
And this is another thing too, make sure you actually know when to call it a day. I mean, I think too, as busy entrepreneurs, as business people, we all know we could be working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but you are, you're good to nobody if you're exhausted and you're constantly feeling like you're a hamster on a wheel. If you're feeling that way, then guess what? Your life isn't organized the best way that it can be. We see some of the most successful people in this world able to do things. They're able to go on vacation. They're able to work out. They're able to go out to dinner with friends. You need to make sure that you organize things out so that you do know, what? It's 5 o'clock. I've hit my point. If I worked a 9 to 5 job, I'd be going home right now and I'd be driving and I'd be listening to the radio or a podcast. So when you're organizing your to-do list, make sure you know when you're going to go like this. That's it. I'm good today. It's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I'm done for the day.
And I will say a lot of people, when you read books or you watch other videos about time management, some people do block in personal time. So
absolutely, it's important.
As strange as it may sound to say, block time to spend with my children. There's plenty of professionals that if you research right now on YouTube, they will absolutely say, if you look at my calendar, there is go get a cup of coffee,
True.
go take a walk, meditate, spend time with my children,
Right.
do that crossword puzzle that I like to do at night. There's no shame in making sure that you have some self-care written into your daily routine, because we all know as workaholics, and I am a workaholic, and I don't think that that's a bad word. I happen to love what I do, and so I do spend a lot of time on our business because I have such a passion for it. I have to make sure that I include breaks for my mental health and my mental state.
Well, we'll work in lunch breaks where it's like, hey, listen, it's 12 o'clock. We need to break for lunch.
Exactly.
Otherwise, we'll keep working and all of a sudden it's 4 o'clock and you're wondering why you're hungry.
I mean,
so that's a great point.
I mean, in a previous email, we actually mentioned sometimes we have to say to ourselves, get outside and go for a 5-minute walk and get some fresh air, because as a work-at-home parent, as a work-at-home entrepreneur, a whole day can go by without you stepping foot outside of your house, and that's not healthy for anybody.
No.
Okay, so moving on, you want to make sure that you separate your work list from your personal list. And I have to tell you, from my experience, we used to have a Google Calendar, and I used to have all my work stuff, and I used to have all my personal stuff all on Google Calendar, and my husband would open up the day and he would be like, there's 5 sponsored posts, there's a draft due, there's a video that has to be filmed, and plus soccer, dance, chess practice. He's like, I can't even look at this day. What are you doing to me? It is so chaotic. And I realized that that's just not fair for anybody when you mesh all the calendars into one. You know, eventually I figured out that you can have multiple calendars on Google Calendar. If you want to do that, you can just have different check boxes and they come up in different colors. And then I took it even a step further and I removed my work calendar completely off of the system. And now I'm going to say the word. I use Asana.
She's obsessed.
And I'm obsessed. And that's where I have all my work stuff at this moment. And it's just life-changing because I don't have to have any of my personal stuff mixed in with my business work, and it just works for our family now, because why does my children need to know about a draft that's due? It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know how we lived 12 years with a calendar set up that way, but we actually did, and it's a lot more peaceful when things are separated.
And our last tip for organizing your to-do list is truly don't overestimate how much you can get done in a day. You know, one of the best things you can do in the morning is do that brain dump and really kind of see what those red flags, top priority items are. But remember, you have a specific amount of time in a day. Many of us too are parents, so we do know that at some point we do need to just stop and just be completely present for our families, for our spouses, for whomever, for our friends, for our life. So make sure you're not really, truly, overestimating what exactly you can get done in a day. Guess what? There's always tomorrow. And that's one thing that Vera and I, being business partners, we have a really great system where we can look at each other and go, listen, it's going to get done tomorrow. Rome wasn't built in a day, and we all have to remember that. So that's a great just mantra to keep in mind when you're kind of going through, you're getting stressed out and going crazy. Don't overestimate. Do what needs to get done today, and everything else can be pushed to tomorrow that you just can't get to today.
So let us know in the comments below how you separate your calendars, what you use. Do you use a planner? Do you use something online? Is your personal and is your work calendar meshed into one? We would love to hear how you set up your organizational list below. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay tuned for our next video. And if you haven't already on Facebook, Permission to Hustle, we have a private group that we would love for you to join. It is free, and there are over 4,000 people in there to this date. So we would love to have you, all entrepreneurs, all looking to connect and learn more from one another. And until next time.